are here and encouraging us. And I request you to be there for upcoming 2 days as well, because Relay Yajna will continue. Please. So Relay Yajna based on Vibhishana Gita, and Vibhishana Gita is part of Ramcharitmanas. So yesterday we have witnessed that introduction and question of Vibhishan by Sanya, where out of concern, out of compassion, Vibhishan asked Lord Rama that Ravana is well equipped with a modern arm, huge army, with well strong chariot, and other side you are barefooted, just with bows and arrows on shoulder. Then Lord Rama answered to the Vibhishana that who said that I don't have arrow? I do have arrow. I do have my chariot of righteousness, where Swaraj and Dheeraj are wheels of it, where Satya and Shiv are Dwaja and Pataka, where it has 4 horses, Bal, Vivek, Dam, Parahita, Ghore. Yesterday, Gokul has explained us what is Bala and Vivek. Today we will see what is Dama, concern for others, and Dama, what is concern, control of senses, and with Parahit, concern for others. So today Madhav will explain this to all of us. He is a software engineer at Thelas, and he is also joint secretary of Chinmaya Yuva Kendra. And our second speaker will be Anjali. She will be explaining us reins of the horses, and the first rein is forgiveness. So I would like to call Madhav Bhaiya. Madhav, stage is all yours.
Hari Om. Okay, let's start with the invocation first. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunatu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, so let us all chant the shloka together. इसको आता है सौरज धीरज धीरज चाका सत्यशील दृढ़ ध्वजा पताका बल विवेक दम परहित घोरे क्षमा कृपा समता रजुजोरे. Okay, so Dama means sense control of senses. We all have 5 sense organs. What are they? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. किसी के 6-7 तो नहीं है ना? Okay. Through these sense organs, we perceive the world around us. Right? Through my eyes, I can see you all. Through my ears, I can hear you all. Through my nose, I can smell some of the chicks I have taken a bath today. So we perceive the world around us. Now the question really arises, are my sense organs really not under my control? Whenever I am looking at you, are my eyes popping out of my eye socket while I am looking at you? ऐसा तो नहीं है ना? सबने टॉम एंड जेरी देखा है? उसमें whenever Tom used to get scared, he used to jump in the air and his eyes used to pop out, है ना? हमारे केस में तो ऐसा नहीं है. In his case, we can say that his sense organs are not under control. But can we really say that our sense organs are not under control? The problem really is that it is our mind which leaks out through these sense organs. Our sense organs are very well controlled and in most cases work very well. Now, let's see some sequence of events, some examples to understand the sequence of events. Suppose I am studying at my study table. I have my books here, I have my phone here. My best friend messages me. What happens next? I hear the notification sound. How does it go? Tidding. है ना? Then we see किसने हमें message करा है. Then finally we indulge in messaging. Let's take another example. Suppose I thought of going for a run, half an hour run. 2 minutes in, I smell something amazing being cooked. It's the smell of my favorite gulab jamuns. My mind reimagines the taste of those gulab jamuns again and again, and what happens next? I rush to that shop and eat those gulab jamuns. Now, a youngster may argue, let's name him Gokul. A youngster may argue, कि भाई तेरे को क्या दिक्कत है? Who are you to decide? I want to do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do. This is my freedom. Pujya Gurudev used to say, not doing what we feel like doing is true freedom. Not doing what we feel like doing is true freedom. Gokul asks, कैसे भाई? So, because 9 out of 10 times, or in most cases, what we feel like doing diverts us or takes us away from what we're supposed to do. I felt like eating gulab jamuns, I was supposed to run. I felt like messaging my friend, I was supposed to study. Gokul कहता है ठीक है भाई इतना ज्ञान मत but I think you're placing too many rules and restrictions on me. I want to be free यार. Gokul, you like to play cricket?
Yes.
Suppose I'm the bowler and he's the batsman. And there are no rules and restrictions in this game. I can bowl any number of bouncers, any number of wides. I can bowl halfway down the pitch. How would you feel? Gokul says, yeah, it would be very chaotic, it would be very unjust. And how would the game of cricket look like? It wouldn't even look like a game of cricket. The game would lose its essence. The game would lose its identity. Similarly, if we don't place rules on our sense organs, on our mind, we will lose our identity, we will lose our essence. Now, Gokul asks a very wonderful question. पता क्या पूछता है वो? He says, "Yeah, I know what is right and wrong. I have that Viveka Shakti. But what is making me choose that path which I ultimately regret? Why am I choosing something which I end में हर बार मैं regret ही करता हूँ?" So to explain this, I'll quote an example from Kathopanishad. When Nachiketa visits Yamaraja and asks about the Atma Jnana, Yamaraja purposefully tempts him that, oh Nachiketa, don't ask me this question. Even lords like Varuna and Indra don't have answers to this question. You can rather ask for hundreds of women, hundreds of sons, hundreds of acres of land, thousands of cattle, but don't ask me this question. But Nachiketa is very firm in his belief. He wants to know the answer to that question. So, seeing this, Yamaraja is very impressed. And he explains about Shreyas and Preyas. Shreyas is something which is good, which is preferable. Preyas, on the other hand, is pleasant and is pleasurable. Shreyas may seem very tough, but it gives long-term happiness, long-term benefits. Preyas, on the other hand, gives us instant gratification, immediate pleasure. So, eating gulab jamun, what is easier, eating gulab jamuns or running for 20 minutes? Eating gulab jamuns. What is easier, studying for 2 hours or messaging my friend? Messaging my friends is easier. So, Shreyas is tough. Preyas, on the other hand, is very easy to choose. Now, how do we control our sense organs? See, our scriptures never say that we must suppress our sense organs. We must use them intelligently. We must manage them. So, first and foremost, we must have a goal in life. We must have some purpose. It can be short term, it can be long term, but there must be some purpose. Knowing what to do is very important. If we don't even know what we want to do, then our sense organs will take us for a ride. Our sense organs will then set goals for us, which would be very calamitous. Second, deny what is harmful. See, all our sense organs are outwards in nature, right? लाइक हम बाहर की दुनिया देखते हैं, हम बाहर का कुछ सुनते हैं. These are like the gates, जैसे सोसाइटी का गेट्स होता है ना. So whatever we let in becomes a part of ourselves. So if we can restrict at that very level, most of our problems can be solved. I'll give an example. So in a battlefield, horses, they have blinders on their face, which partly covers its eyes, so that it can only focus on what is in front of itself and not get distracted by the patch of grass on either side. Similarly, we need to place these blinders on our sense organs. जैसे phone के notification से if we get so distracted, we must place our phone somewhere very far away from where we study. If the smell of gulab jamun is so enticing for us, stay away from those gulab jamuns, जितना दूर हो सके. And we all know how Ganapati Atharva Shirsham starts. Om Bhadram Karne Shrunuyaam Devaah Bhadram Pashyemakshaviryajatraah Sthirairangaiः Stushtovagam Swastanovi. What does that mean? May I only hear what is auspicious. May I only see what is auspicious. Why? Because what we hear, what we see creates an impression on our mind. And if we can restrict at that very level, we'll solve most of our problems. Third is delay that instant gratification. See, whenever that thought comes, कि अभी खाना है गुलाब जामुन, अभी मेरे को मैसेज करना है, delay it. Question that thought. That I will do it after I run. I'll do it after I study. What happens then is, then we are not bound by our sense organs. The sense organs don't control us. Lastly, enjoy moderately, and our enjoyment should be sattvic in nature. At least we should aim for sattvic enjoyment. We can't be like 4 घंटे पढ़ाई कर ली है, चलो 2 पैक मार के आते हैं. So that would drain our energy, that would expend our energy, that would unnecessarily take us away from what we're supposed to do. Lastly, in all situations of life, we will face 2 tunnels. One tunnel would look very enticing, then it would be very well lit, the path would be very easy, but once we enter that tunnel, we realize there's nothing but darkness in the end. But there will always be another tunnel, which may look very ugly. The path is rugged, the path is very tough, but once we enter that tunnel, we realize that there is always light at the end. Similarly, we must choose our tunnels wisely. Sense organs belong to us. We don't belong to those sense organs. We must master them. Now, we move on to the last and the final horse, which is Parahita. Parahita means concern for others, care for others, welfare for others. Everyone has heard about the saying, sharing is caring. Why is sharing associated with caring? So let's question this phrase with the help of an example. Suppose मेरे को बहुत तेज भूख लगी है, and I go to the market and buy my favorite brand of chips, Blue Lays. ठीक है? Now, just as I'm about to tear that packet, I see a hand magically appear in front of my eyes. That person, without even communicating to me, has conveyed to me that he or she wants the packet of chips. मेरा तो मन करता है उसका हाथ काट दूं. But I'm left with no choice but to share with that person. So here I was sharing with that person. Was I caring? No. What was my attitude towards that person? I wanted to cause physical harm to that person. I was irritated, I was agitated. So sharing is always not equal to care. We can rather say sharing with love is caring. Or I'd like to quote Pujya Gurudev's very famous quote that we can give without love, but we can never love without giving. So it was out of mere compulsion that I was sharing with my so-called friend. Now one may argue, why should I care for anyone else? What has the world even done for me? I want to only focus on my growth. भाई मेरे को तो अपनी लाइफ बनानी है, दूसरे क्या करेंगे? So सब रोटी खाते हैं घर पे. So let's analyze how roti is made from the very start. First, the farmer would sow the seeds on his farm. Then it takes, I think, about 150 to 180 days for that crop to grow. It grows up to 2 to 4 feet tall. And that farmer has to ensure that he provides adequate water, nutrients, sunlight, and other things so that the crop is grown 2 to 4 feet. Now, the farmer, with the help of the sickle, would cut the crop. Then he would separate the dana, the berry. Then that dana goes to processing in our flour mills, where it is crushed and is formed in the form of atta. Then the atta is sold in our markets, and we buy that atta, we add water to it, we make dough out of that atta, then we have our roti finally on our plate. So a single piece of roti takes more than 6 months of preparation and a contribution of more than 15 to 20, at least 20, 15 to 20 people. And we question what the world has done for us. See, our success, we contribute less than 1% to our own success. More than 99% is based on factors we aren't even aware of, which we take for granted. Suppose गाड़ी चल रही है and एक टायर पंचर हो गया, would the car be able to move forward?
No.
It can, but बहुत अजीब से चलेगी ना ऐसे. So similarly, people around us are suffering. We won't be able to move forward in life. Now there's another question that arises. If the world is so interconnected, why do I never get the feeling to serve others? Why do I never get the feeling to care for others? I'd like to quote Pujya Gurudev's very famous example for this. Suppose my finger mistakenly hits my eye. My eyes become watery. Would I cut off my finger just because it dared to hit my eye? No. That same finger could then go and caress that eye, massage that eye. Why? Because I know the finger belongs to me, that eye belongs to me. Similarly, once we realize that other people are nothing but an extension of ourselves, other people are nothing but part of the same Paramatma, the question to care for others, or serve others won't even rise. हमारे pledge में भी है ना, we believe that the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is the devotion to the Supreme Self. The question to care for others won't even rise up. Once we realize other people may look very different, appear very different, but are part of the same Paramatma. When Ramji visited Shabari, she gave him jhoote bear, half-eaten fruits. कोई हमें झूठा दे दे, हम क्या करेंगे? अबे क्या दे रहा है? एक अच्छी चीज दे, इसे झूठा मिला देते. But such was the character of Lord Rama that he happily accepted those bears. And he said that it was the sweetest fruit that he had ever eaten. And it indeed was, because Shabari only selected those bears which were sweet in nature. So once we have love for someone, once we care for someone, once we have devotion for someone, we recognize the efforts put in. We ignore those small faults. We not only uplift ourselves, we empower others around us as well. A person who's successful but is very selfish will never be satisfied in their life. No matter how successful they are, it's just like a drop of water rising in the vast ocean. Would we even notice that drop? No? The obvious answer is no. But when each and every drop rises together, what is that phenomena called? Wave. We become noticeable. People notice us. People can see us. People can hear us. So I'd like to conclude this my session. Let us all serve the society, uplift ourselves, empower others around us, and rise like a wave. Thank you so much.